Presented on this program do not necessarily coincide with those of our ownership, management, or staff.
Welcome to Tech Talk 2020 with Sanjay Parker, the show where we get smarter together. I'm your humble tech host, Sanjay Parker, and I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Mike Carswell. And we're here today, and we've got an exciting show on our three-part learning series, and this one is all about Nano Degrees.
Hey, this is Mike Carswell, and I just heard a word that I haven't heard in a long time, nano. Is that something that people call their grandpa, nano? Welcome to Tech Talk 2020. We're glad you're here. Hey, during the show, if you have a burning question or something pops up in your brain that you want to share with us or inquire about, tweet at us at Tech Talk 2020 or hit us up on Facebook. Our Facebook page is called Tech Talk 2020. We'd love to rap at you and talk with you about what's going on. So, Sanjay, you got it. Tell me about nanos. It's not a grandpa, right?
It is not, and it is not a Mork and Mindy tribute band.
I was going to say that, but I figured a certain segment of the audience would not know who Mork nor Mindy was, nor even understand that the guy came here in an egg. So I won't talk about that.
Robin Williams, may he rest in peace.
Okay, you go, man.
So, Nano Degrees. So,
Nano.
Let me tell you about the modern world, Mike.
Help me out.
Everybody wants things fast.
Yes, and that seems to be a problem a lot of times.
I think it's great. And when they get it...
Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is patient. So be patient with me, buddy.
All right. I'll be patient with you. But the rest of the world wants everything fast.
Oh, okay.
And you know what they do when they get it fast?
They want more fast.
They want it faster.
That's right.
We all love fast things, right? Fast food.
I'm not a lover of fast food, but...
we love fast cars in
you
general.
You love fast cars. I've gotten a ticket since 1986, man.
Some of us love fast sermons. Even.
Okay. Fast radio shows. There you go. How about a fast song?
Right. Well, let me ask you this.
I'm with you.
How long do you wait when you're on the internet? How long do you wait for a web page to load?
Oh, I don't have much time for that.
Right.
I like a quick connection. I think everyone does.
Right. We abandon it after an average of 2 to 3 seconds. The new phrase today is, come on, buddy. I don't have all minute. Right? We want things faster. So
yeah.
It is only natural that our proclivity for speed has led us to something called a nano degree.
Wait a minute. Our proclivity?
Yes.
How about our affection? How about our love for? I'm breaking it down for everybody out there. Breakdown. My nickname should be Breakdown. Our
Sounds like a car I used to have.
It sounds like a Tom Petty song to me. But anyway, hey, ba-doots. Right back to the show. Yes, so go back to Mr. Proclivity. What were you saying again? Sorry.
Right. So we like to make things faster. So
yes,
not only as learners who like to learn, want to learn fast. For example, in the corporate world where I live, I want to know something that I can use in the next 5 minutes, right? So
sure. Absolutely.
Go to Google.
You can go to Google
and do a search. I go
Absolutely.
to YouTube, and I use social modeling, and I watch somebody fix a plumbing leak, and I learn how to do it.
Correct.
I don't have time to go through a course to do that. I don't have time to go through a 1-hour web-based learning video or webinar.
You don't want to. You have time.
I'm too busy.
Yeah, I got you.
And so I need it now, and I want to get to faster. Do you know that we're going to be talking about courses online?
Oh, wow.
And Harvard and MIT released a bunch of courses online, and they analyzed, MIT really analyzed on their courses when you watch an instructor, say you missed a class, you can watch the instructor on a video. Every class is recorded.
So if I miss a class in the old days, I used to try to get the notes from Jimmy or Mary Sue. Not anymore.
Today you can watch it live from your dorm room or in a lot of classes.
Well, even go.
Or watch it online. Right. Well, you're paying. Might as well go, right?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Use the heat in the room, whatever. So the most commonly clicked element on that entire page, you got a video, you got content, you got quizzes, discussions, you got playback, rewind, fast forward, skip. What do you think was the most commonly clicked button on that page? Actually, I didn't even tell you what it was, but just try to, it wasn't even in my list.
Okay.
What could it possibly be that people want overwhelmingly?
Rewind.
Okay.
I would think so, because I know that there's lessons and instructions I've been involved in, and it's amazing if you listen to something twice, your ability to retain better and actually go back and say, oh, okay. So I like to hear things 2 times.
Wow, that's really good. And you are a great learner. And if anybody ever needs a good student, Mike, that's textbook what we want. So there's actually been
2 times
cognitive research that says if you read something once, you will forget 50% of it in an hour. It's the Ebbinghaus forgetting curve. It's something that's pretty common in neuroscience research.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go back and reread that chapter or you reread that paragraph, you will retain 39% more after 2 weeks. That second time, your return on investment. So the first time you'll remember 5% in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Second time you'll remember 39%. That's incredibly good.
I don't know why that's not taught more. Think about this though: when you study for an exam, which has been a while since I've done that, is you actually you read through, you highlight, and then before you take that exam, you go back and look at your highlights. But that's not quite the same, or is it?
No, well, not quite, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. But here's the most commonly clicked button.
Okay.
Students overwhelmingly click the button that plays back the instructor at twice the speed. So even though the instructor moves and sounds like a chipmunk, that is the most common button because they want to complete that 1 or 2 hour lecture in 30 minutes or 1 hour.
Really? Wow. Okay, fast.
Overwhelmingly. So, fast. So, our proclivity towards completing things faster has led us to, hey, can I get a degree? I don't want to go 4 years to get a generalized degree that won't get me a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to get those skills and competencies that I need just to get the job. For example, what's some of the most in-demand jobs today? What industry?
They're all in technology. They're in securities.
Nailed it.
Those type of things. Sure. Or healthcare even. There's significant numbers of opportunities there.
100% accurate. So, for example.
Write that down, everybody.
Yeah, it's very good. And Mike gets no prep for these shows. So that's pretty good. Data analyst, very hot, very high salary.
Sure.
You go 4 years and get a computer science degree and then pray that somebody will give you a job to get that data analysis experience and then hope you can do it. It's the chicken or the egg. Should I hire you for data analysis or do you need to do it first and then apply, right? It's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard. So I'm going to get a nano degree. It's going to take me 9 months. I'm going to do it online. I'm going to pay a certain amount, typically $200 to $300 per month.
Sure.
Very inexpensive compared to university. I'm going to get a certification or a badge at the end of that 9 months that will tell any employer, Sanjay did this. Here's his work. Here's his skills. He did this curriculum. It's accredited. It's sponsored by Google. Okay, so he's taking a class from Google. Wow, that's pretty cool. And he stuck through it for 9 months. And even here's his ranking amongst his cohorts on his grades.
I'm feeling you. I'm hearing you. And I like the value behind it. However, I'm going to battle that because I'm a 4-year school degree. I'm a guy that lived in a dormitory and had that kind of an experience. And I went to a school which preached being a well-rounded individual. So I get the value of learning it in nano time. And maybe my model's changing. But I don't think you can replace the interaction that takes place in a classroom, in a dormitory, in that type of environment. So maybe we can battle on that some other time. But since we're talking about nanos today and the value, that's great. If I wanted to have a second career, though, I really think that there's a great value there. You learn things differently when you later on in your career and you want to advance. But I don't know. I'm going to defend the 4-year school and that whole experience at this point. But I'm with you. I do understand how that would be attractive to an employer.
So I think from a foundational perspective, it's really nice to have a 4-year degree for sure because that gives you the ability to get framework. Elon Musk, right?
I actually have seen his picture a few times now. Since I'm getting smarter.
Since
we're
I've
getting
been
smarter
mentioning him
together,
every
guys.
other show.
Yeah. We're getting smarter together here. Everybody out there, do a little search on Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. And one of the things he said about learning is, and I'm going to paraphrase, is he said everybody really has the capacity to learn quickly, and he thinks a lot of people sell themselves short. And he said, here's how you should think of learning. You should think of learning as a semantic tree, which is a tree about knowledge. And the trunks and the branches are really the foundation that you need for learning. It's the basic courses, the foundational courses. It's your 4-year degree, if you will, plus your 12 years of education. But where you really can specialize is when you hang the leaves off of that foundation.
Okay.
So you have to have that tree and that foundation first, and then you can really specialize. And so to me, that made a lot of sense, right? A lot of people can go straight to hey, I don't know a thing about computers, but I'm going to spend 9 months and get my nano degree in data analysis. It's not going to work as well as if you really understood computers, had experience in a background, and said, look, I'm going to hang the leaves off of these branches that I know, and I'm going to pick this up quickly.
Well, I agree with you. I think that there's a great place for that. That's what I'm all about. I'm about options. You can go to Kentucky Fried Chicken or McDonald's and have your food fast, or you can go to a sit-down restaurant and enjoy your meal. But no, that's just an analogy here to talk about the fact that there's value with both. And I do still, I'm a people guy. I think that the experiences of being in a classroom and learning that way has a little bit more to you than going independently or learning from my PC or in my basement. That's just my take. We can gainfully and wonderfully disagree on which is a better route. I'm sure.
I'm not going to say that the 1980s called and wanted their idea back, but I do think that we can't go completely virtual, but I do think that today's market and the way that technology and innovation has affected us today, the pace of change is so rapid that we cannot solely rely on the traditional means. It is too slow.
Absolutely.
We will be too far behind. So we need to supplement, but we also need to accelerate. Bill Gates has done some great articles and thought leadership around how the modern university and schools have to change to adapt to the pace of today's world.
Sure.
Some of the things people talk about is your high school, 4 years, can be done in 9 to 12 months.
Oh,
Now, the only thing that's lacking is the emotional and physical development that happens during that time.
You talk about kids in puberty. But I actually have a challenge sometimes. I think about the fact that our education system is still using a 1800s model. Why do you have the summer off? Hello?
To work on the farm, of course.
What? Yeah, the farm. Oh, you can help our parents pick the produce. Is that why we're off for the summer? I think I was in North Carolina, and there was talking with a guy. I played some golf with a guy, and he said that they had a situation in there where the school system was. They went to year-round school with I think 4 3-week breaks, and they were adjusted in a way that was great. And I thought that was a really great idea. Why don't we do that? Why do we have to take the long summer break? I really don't understand it. But I'm not a teacher, so teachers are getting mad at us right now.
And a lot of children are getting mad at you right now.
Well, it's funny that children take so much long for them to get back into learning things. It's a whole scenario. But that's off the subject. Get back from that rabbit hole. Nano is where we are.
And with that, we're going to cut to our break. And
break time. Break time. All right. Well, listen, guys, we appreciate you hanging in there for the first segment. We're going to talk more about educating ourselves here on Tech Talk 2020. Again, you got questions, you got thoughts, hit us on Twitter at Tech Talk 2020 or WINT 1330am.com.
At Pat O'Brien Chevrolet, we service all makes and models of cars and trucks. No matter what you drive, foreign or domestic, our technicians can keep your vehicle in top shape. Major repairs, tires, or a quick oil change, we can take care of you at Pat O'Brien Chevrolet.
Average sports fan ponders his evening.
Wow, tonight is a big night for sports on TV, but small choices in my fridge. What about Players Club at Lost Nation Sports Park? The Players Club has big energy, but small, cozy atmosphere. Big TVs, small drive. Big happy hour, small prices. Big parking lot, small hassle. Awesome burgers, big salad, lots of appetizers. Okay, that's it. I'm going tonight.
The Players Club at Lost Nation Sports Park. Yeah, it's a big deal. Small wonder.
Time now for Adventures in Commuting, episode number 23. Orange Barrel Blues got you seeing red? When things slow down, Lake Tran really gets moving. Lake Tran buses can drive on the shoulder when traffic is slow or even stopped, like your own personal fast lane, no matter what obstacles are in our way. With 18 departures from 9 Lake County locations, Lake Tran can get you there. Life has enough adventure. Your drive to work shouldn't be one of them. Try Lake Tran Park and Ride for free. Visit laketran.com/free ride. Lake Tran Park and Ride. Hop on, wheel drive.
Start your day with the Wake Up Show. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8:30 on Integrity Radio, WINT 1330 AM. Live, local, meaningful.
Live sports are the one true reality entertainment, where a single dramatic moment can become timeless. In NASCAR, Motor Racing Network's live broadcasts elevate your senses to the sights, sounds, and struggles taking place on the racetrack.
Keselowski to the bottom of the racetrack. He tries to slide up. Newman is there. Sideways is Keselowski.
The power of radio to the imagination of the listener. Tune in to the Motor Racing Network.
Catch NASCAR every Sunday afternoon, exclusively on The Fix for your need for speed. Integrity Radio, WINT, 1330 AM.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tech Talk 2020 with Sanjay Parker, and I'm with my co-host, Mike Carswell. And today we're talking about NanoDegrees, and we'd first like to thank our sponsor today, CleavSpace Interactive, frictionless IT for smarter businesses. Contact them for a free consultation for your network, computers, or website at 440-360-7360 or www.cleavespace.com, CLEVESPACE. Now, where were we, Mike?
I want to talk more about getting a nano degree. Nano, and that's not my grandfather's degree either, is it? Although Grandpa could study.
Yes, I bet he could.
Yeah, you bet he could. So tell me more about a nano degree. Nano.
So NanoDegrees, as we move towards faster and faster everything, our consumption, our trajectories, everybody wants to become, as capable as they can during their lifetimes.
Absolutely.
Right? So we're building upon human progress. We're taking advantage of technology. We know that the pace of innovation today is far outpacing what we've seen in the past 100 years. It's really amazing. One of the things that I was reading today is every generation has underestimated its own ability to innovate.
Okay.
Right? So go back 100 years. Actually, go back to 1911. Somebody famously said that we've conquered the seas with the Titanic, the unsinkable ship. We've conquered the air with airplanes. We have conquered, the travel problem with, railroads. There is nothing left for us to invent. Do you remember that quote? Somebody said that. I can't remember who it was.
I don't know who said that one, but I think that they unfortunately had never heard of a microchip, unfortunately.
They never heard of Al Gore, who invented the internet.
Hello, my name is Al Gore. That's not nice.
So we want things faster. Companies want skills faster. They want people to be impactful faster. They don't want them to learn for 12 months to 18 months before they can be on the job doing things. So they want people who are already skilled. Now, they want people to demonstrate that they can commit to a curriculum and actually get good grades and all of that fun stuff. So what we're seeing is companies are sponsoring their own nano degrees. And just to recap, a nano degree is a certification or a badge that you receive online for going through a course, taking a test, and you demonstrate that you've got a certain skill or competency.
Are often the nano degrees that you receive, it's going to be a 6-week course. It's going to be, I'm saying 6 weeks, but you can take it over a 6-week period. Let's say it's an hour-long session. So it's truly about a 6-hour course. You could do it in one night. You can do it once a week. Is that permissible?
Yeah, usually, though, you'll see the nano degree that goes really deep. Like 9 months is the typical nano degree. For example, we talked about data analyst. So if I want to become a data analyst, there's a whole bunch of prerequisites around programming and doing SQL queries. If I've got those prerequisites, then I can become a data analyst in 9 months with that certification or degree, nano degree, that a company can see, okay, it's from Udacity or it's from Coursera. I know they've gone through this curriculum and this is how they've performed. I've got some credentialization. I think that's pretty cool. So,
what about someone that, say, for instance, they're trying to expand their education and they basically take a Carnegie course online, or they take some sort of a course through one of the local community colleges that they can take online? That's, again, it's 8 hours, but it was 8 hours at my time, and I did it online. I tested well. I took care of it. Now I can slap that certification on my either my LinkedIn profile or my resume.
Absolutely.
So those carry a lot of value as well, correct?
Yeah, they do. And in fact, what some of these companies have done, especially the nano degree providers, is they'll create a badge that you can't fake or copy or just make up. That badge then will be posted to LinkedIn, to your profile from that company. Nice. So it says you've got that nano degree.
Okay, so there's in manufacturing there's a thing called a PMP, which stands for being a practice manager. I'm not sure what the acronym stands for, but I was entertaining taking some classes about PMP, and I know that you could do it online. It's still costly. I mean, it's still.
Is
quite
there a
expensive.
song called PMP? No matter what they say about me.
That's some rap. You're young.
Okay,
I don't know that. I'm from the Motown era, brother. So no, it's just I'm just looking at all different ways of education. So the internet, again, we're talking about faster. So we're talking about more as well and more consumption. So the internet has allowed us to gather and become smarter together by basically providing and giving us opportunity to get more and more education about and get as deep as we want about certain topics.
Yeah. Now, Nano Degrees are solely focused on filling gaps with skills. So there's a skill shortage in this country for technology.
That's what
for
I hear.
Sure.
Well, not just technology. How about don't abandon manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't abandon some of the CNC programmers out there, or those kind of guys that can run a CNC machine, or those that can do a tube bender, or a laser. Pick it, a laser tube bender, a laser. What's the word I want? Forget it. Using a laser.
Yeah. No, my brother owns a CNC machine company, and he would definitely attest to that. It's hard to get good quality and skilled labor. So, these Nano Degrees are designed to help fill that void. So companies are sponsoring these things. For example, Google sponsors a machine learning Nano Degree, and we'll talk about that in the future. That's when a computer learns on its own and gets smarter without your input. Pretty amazing. Pretty scary.
Here they come.
AT&T sponsors, believe it or not, iPhone and Android programming courses, so you can program for phones that they sell, right? So you can program and create more demand. So they have that Nano Degree.
Mm-hmm.
There's companies that have Nano Degrees in health records and things like that, where you can become really skilled and ready to go into a company and know more than any generalist would coming into that company.
Okay, what about the wonderful industry that never goes away, the food industry? Mm-hmm. Are there opportunities to expand your knowledge in the food industry via the Nano Degree route?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a Nano Degree for something in the food industry.
Write that down, guys. I got him.
I got him. Stumped.
Why do you think? I think about how the whole food industry. I mean, there was no Food Network 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I drool and watch everything on the network, and then end up in the kitchen and doing some creative things. Again, it would be kind of cool to have a Nano Degree in meat preparation or vegetableology. Is that a class?
Well, think about all the young guys who are in the dating scene now. If they got a Nano Degree in how to cook great meals for your girlfriend or wife, they would rise to the top of that pool.
I'm on that list, man. You know what I made tonight? I made some ribs.
You did?
They're working.
Nice.
Yeah, so as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to go jam.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm going to go jam.
Well, maybe you should teach that Nano Degree.
Oh, yeah. You guys want to learn how to make ribs? Give me a shout. And speaking of that, we haven't heard from you yet on the show. Tech Talk 2020 on Twitter or Tech Talk 2020 on our Facebook page. Hit us with your questions, your thoughts, your ideas about how to attain the Nano Degree and also defining the Nano Degree.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So here's a story about a company that needed a lot of skilled labor in a short amount of time, and the company's called Google. And
no kidding.
So they're laying fiber out everywhere, right? Because they're doing broadband, they're installing fiber in different cities. They're doing it free, right? Mm-hmm. Google Fiber Project. They couldn't get enough people who were skilled in what they call the aerials and burials, right? Fiber in the air, fiber underground. They couldn't get enough skilled people to do it. So they said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a university. We're going to do some of it online, some of it in a big old warehouse where you're actually going to drill, dig, and run these lines. Huge warehouse. We're going to pump you through this in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever it was. You can be a network administrator. You can be any kind of computer repair person. You don't have to have fiber experience. But by the end of this 2 to 3 weeks, you will have hands-on practical skills. You'll have foundational knowledge, and you'll be able to troubleshoot and problem solve and come up with your own solutions in the fiber market as you work for us. Your resume will float to the top at the end of those 3 weeks, and you will be eligible for a job at Google laying fiber around the world.
Wow.
They filled their own demand, created their own pipeline of talented resources by going with this Nano Degree approach, focusing on a specific need and training those people in a rapid and very, very, very vertical fashion.
I'm thinking about the fact that you said that they did some online learning on their own. I'm assuming you didn't say that or not, whether they learned on their own, but then they were brought together. I talked, I think the best way to learn is to learn involving as many senses as possible. So your eyes and your hands, that's sight and that's touch. And then, of course, you don't want to eat fiber, but that would be another sense. Would you want to eat fiber?
Yeah, you do. It's good for your digestion.
Okay, yeah, it helps keep things nice and clean. So taste. So, but again, having the online demonstrations, I'm sorry, not online, the physical demonstrations, the face-to-face time where you were digging the fiber, touching the fiber, working with the fiber, smelling the fiber. I think, again, those are all additives when it comes to your learning process. So I'm gonna say hands up and thumbs up to someone that would basically understand that that's the best way for this project and this nano degree to be earned is by everyone getting involved, not only through watching it on a screen, but actually touching it and twisting it and in your case saying tasting it. No, not tasting it, but you know what I'm saying. So
yeah,
the more senses involved, the easier it is to learn.
Absolutely. So anything you can do along those lines is important. So what we're also seeing with these nano degrees is it's important for credentialization, right? And I need it fast. And like you said, if you're somebody who already has a degree, right, are you going to go back and get a separate degree or get your master's? That's one great way to build your broad base. But what if there's a specific line of work that you want to get into or a specific job that you want or a specific company that has a bunch of needs that you really are interested in? There's no better way than to position yourself for success and for opportunity in those scenarios than to actually get that nano degree.
Where do I sign up for a nano degree? Let's say I'm in human resources. I want to expand my abilities to recruit because honestly, there's a lot of companies out there that really need people these days, low skilled, high skilled. There's a lot of employment opportunities, specifically even here in our beautiful Lake County. And let's say, for instance, you're a human resource person and you want to figure out how to get folks in. What would you suggest is a nano degree pursuit there?
Yeah, well, first of all, the big MOOC providers, and we'll talk about MOOCs later.
MOOC?
Yeah, I let the cat out of the bag. We'll talk about MOOCs in our next session. But Coursera, Coursera, Udacity, Udacity, those kind of websites, go to and search for what's available.
Okay.
You might not even need to get a nano degree. You might want to get a badge, which is credentialization that you've completed a certain type of training.
Well, a badge. It's not like the one that I got when I participated in Little League, the participant badge. You know, they didn't have those, they didn't have those things when I was a kid. It was winners went home, baby.
No, and it's not like the badge that I wore when I was a safety crossing guard at Roosevelt High School.
You were a crossing guard?
I was.
Impressive.
Very few accidents under my watch.
Did you say high school?
No.
Oh.
Roosevelt. Oh, did I say high school? I might have. Roosevelt
School.
Elementary School.
Oh, check that out.
Right. Wow.
I went to George Washington Carver, man.
Nice.
He was a smart guy.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. And, he wanted us all to get smarter together.
That's right.
That's why you and I are here today, buddy.
Absolutely. So, as we wrap up here and we're talking about learning and how people learn and all of the opportunities for us to get smarter together.
Yep.
Absolutely. Think about this. You're a company and you're looking to hire somebody for a specific job. You've got two candidates. One has a general degree and maybe 2 or 3 minors and a major, and then they actually go back and get a super major, get another major. So they've demonstrated they can go back and get these degrees. And you've got another person who has perhaps high school education, but they've got a nano degree, and they've got a nano degree in the exact topic or line of focus that you need. And they've got experience, volunteering or interning. Which person would you hire? And I think that's a hard choice.
Sure.
But I think that companies today would lean towards the latter more and more. They're recognizing that this nano degree is more impactful than a general degree in a lot of cases.
Right. It probably is more focused and more, I want to say fresh. Can I utilize that in a particular study focus and a particular area that they're interested in?
Absolutely, absolutely. So good stuff. So I think this is a great way for us to grow, us to appreciate technology, how it's made our lives not only better, but it enriches the lives of those who can't get to the best schools right away or the best instructors. This really is applied outside of the U.S. This is a democratization of everything we see here. Learning, instructors, content. I think it's a really good, positive thing.
And it's faster Faster. We like it faster. Don't we want it faster? Faster. Everything's faster. Our board op's looking at me like, man, would you be quiet about faster? Faster, though.
That's it.
I think that's what this is all about. Well, listen, guys, we thank you for being with us tonight. Thank you for joining us on this week's edition of Tech Talk 2020. We will be back next week. But in the meantime, if you got any questions about our show, tweet at us at Tech Talk 2020 or hit us on our Facebook page, which is also Tech Talk 2020. This is Mike Carswell, joined by Sanjay Parker. We thank you for joining us. Thanks for listening to Tech Talk 2020 here on Integrity Radio, WINT 1330 AM, and WINTradio.com.
Thanks, everyone.